Are we on?
Yes, we are. We are on and we're live, actually. So,
Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Shy City Cafe. I'm Sin, and we also have Miss Brittany.
yes, hello, everybody.
And I don't see Dawn, but she's supposed to be in the cafe tonight. Don't know where she is. Dawn, are you joining us or what? I don't know what's happening. But anyway, Brittany, how's your Sunday going?
My Sunday is going good. It's been relaxing trying to catch up on sleep. It's been real late. So yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on sleep, but it's been good though.
Yeah, me too. Because I had a long night. So I had to pull it together. So we're gonna move forward with the show tonight. This is our first show. We won't have a guest tonight, but hopefully moving forward we'll have some guests lined up. We're getting that together. Today we'll be talking about a couple of things. We're gonna have some celebrity gossip. You
Yes.
already know, you may not know, we're gonna share it anyway. So hey, we're also going to talk about 90-Day Bay, and I'll get into that later. So you got to keep listening to the show so we can tell you what that's about and see what you think about it. If anybody has some comments or you want to share something, just go right ahead. Um, and then we'll also, Brittany, you want to tell them about the other shows that are
Yes.
going on during the week?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of shows coming out. Like we pretty much have, I think we have like 6 or 7 shows that we're going to be working through. So, Ellie Radio, last week was kind of our introductory week, and we had an amazing week with
Oh,
shows
great.
and participation and everything. Just people commenting, so it was great. So, we have Coffee Talk Radio, which is Don and myself, and a revolving guest that come through, and we pretty much just keep it real. Just talk about whatever we want to talk about, be it mental health, money
Mhm.
matters, everything.
All right.
And then on Friday we have the ATL mix, which is it's actually a really good show. It's these 4 ladies. They're
Okay.
all different backgrounds. Originally, it takes place here in Atlanta. Different backgrounds, different personalities, different vibes, and they just sit there
Yeah.
and speak and kick the shit. So it's really good to check that in on Friday nights at 9. And then starting next week will be the poetry show coming back. So poetic
Ooh.
soul artistry. So
Okay.
at about 10, 15 after ATL mix, you roll right into Poetic Soul Artistry, which will be hosted by me. And
Check
that
that out,
show
definitely.
basically will be just, again, poets coming through, creatives, musicians, just sharing all of that. Poetry has been a big thing to me personally.
Yeah.
And it's always been just a passion of mine. And then with hip, of course, the amazing Miss Jessica Holter, she might, grace us with her presence.
I hope so.
And spit some fire for us too. So yeah, they're coming soon for that as well, and that starts this week coming up. So this
Okay.
Friday,
Okay.
and then on Saturday we have Ami Brown. She's doing the kidney bean. So basically, her shows during the day on Friday about
Mhm.
noon Eastern Standard Time, and it's very like healing and holistic, giving you information about your body, different acupuncture as well as acupressure, just different things to help you kind of bring zen to yourself and check in with yourself. So very much about self care, self healing, and all of
Yeah.
that. And
So
then
we have something for everybody. So make sure you guys tune in, check out our shows. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Don't say you're bored, you don't have anything to do. You got something to do, and you can do it from home. So
right,
hey, make sure you check us out. We're starting out. Support. Okay?
absolutely.
Something positive too. And then you might learn something and be entertained.
Right.
So, this is like the cafe. This is Shy City Cafe. So, I'm sipping.
Mm,
It doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. You can sip your tea, you can sip your alkaline water, whatever you want. But today, I am sipping on a cocktail. So, I'm off tomorrow. Okay. So, when you come to the cafe and you're a guest, you must have something to sip on. It doesn't have to be alcohol, it can be whatever you want because we're in a cafe and you're sipping with sin. All
right.
right. I want you guys to relax, make yourselves at home. And we're gonna go ahead and I guess get into this celebrity news we have for you today.
Yes.
So, Brittany, do you know who Lori Harvey is?
So I know who Lori Harvey is. She is the daughter of Steve Harvey. And
Mhm.
as of late, a lot of people, she's kind of been all over the blogs with her dating exploits, to say the
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah. So, she dated P. Diddy and the son
yeah,
and Future
yeah.
and Justin Bieber.
Mhm.
And who else? Did we miss somebody?
Well, now she's dating Michael B. Jordan.
Right. Which she's 24, and I think Michael is like, what is he, 33? Or
Yeah,
he's
he's
in his 30s.
mhm,
So when I first ran across this, um, and I read the comments, I mean, people were like treating Lori.
right,
Like, why? No, this can't be. Oh, she gets around. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a double standard going on just because she's a woman and she's dating? I mean, men do it all the time.
right.
What do you think about that?
I think she's 24 and she's a grown ass woman and she can do how she please. I
Exactly.
absolutely think there's a double standard as far as like women dating versus men dating. If men have a lot of women, they're considered manly, macho, the conqueror, king. But if a woman has a lot of men, then she's this hoe, this gold digger. She's all of these negative terms, and I think it's really stupid. But yeah, when I read the article and I read the response to her, everybody, attacked her, like saying
Everybody.
she was just this ridiculous person. How you date the dad and the son and did it? Honestly, it like I said, she's a grown woman. If she wants to date everybody, the grandfather,
Right.
great granddaddy, and all of that too, she can do that. Like I don't know.
Don's joining us. What you think about that, Don?
I'm
Her
I'm
dating
a
the
little
son
irritated
and
right now.
the
Uh I said she
what's
could date who
wrong?
she wants today. Um so we've been live for about 8 minutes, and Facebook hating. It kept putting it back to private. I taken to make it public.
Good.
It kept popping it back to private like 2 seconds later. So that's
Um,
what I've been over here doing. I kept trying to take it off of private, and for whatever reason, it kept popping back within like 5 seconds. It just popped back to private. Don't know what that's all about, but
Are we okay
um
now? Are
we
we
should
good?
be okay now. I'm watching it. I got another computer set up over here, my laptop set up over there, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on it to see. But for whatever reason, it keep putting it on private, and so I'm
Okay.
kind of keeping an eye out on it now. But yeah, so I don't know, for people who just might be getting ready to join in, y'all might want to recap a little bit, because for the
Okay.
first, like, I promise you, for the first like 8 minutes, you was on private.
Okay.
So
So,
we was literally
so
talking to
listen.
each other.
Okay,
right.
so listen, everybody. Like we had a technical glitch. Please bear with us. You know how that is with technology. But you're in the middle of Shy City Cafe. I'm Sin. I
And
have
I
Brittany here in the cafe. Hello again. If you missed, because we had a whole conversation, and it was, yeah, I mean, it was an intro and everything. And then we have Don here also. Uh, Shy City Cafe will be on every Sunday. We're getting the time together. I think the time will change next week, right, Don?
Yeah, it probably just go up an hour. Shy City Cafe will be 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central time. And then our show, the show with Brittany and I, we will be on right after, following after that, around 7:15. We'll come in with Coffee Talk. So we're gonna run those two back to back. Brittany and I, y'all probably saw us on there last Thursday, but that's not working too well because I still got a day job and I gotta be up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. So Sundays kind of work a little better because I got a time to like woosah a little bit before coming on.
Yeah, and so
Um,
Brittany is going to tell you guys the other shows that you need to tune into, and she'll run through that since you guys missed it. Brittany, you want to go ahead and tell them what other shows?
Yeah.
Gonna
So
be on
aside
the week?
from Coffee Talk TV, we also have the ATL mix, which is on Friday, as well as Poetic Soul Artistry, that is also on Friday. We have Ami and the Hood Healer on Saturday, and we'll also have Stony Godly coming in on Saturday as well. And then Sunday we have both, of course, Shy City Cafe, where you at now. And then again, we'll be continuing with Coffee Talk, and hopefully Les Boys will be making an appearance on our lineup very soon as well.
Okay. So you guys, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, support us. Tune into all of the shows because you can gain something, whether it's a natural healing, whether you want to laugh, you want to be entertained. You might want to see some eye candy. I don't know. It's something for everybody. So make
Les
sure you
boys
tune
don't
in.
take care of the eye candy.
Yeah, so tune in. Well, we got other eye candy, Don. Stop playing. Anyway,
Les boys gonna take care of the we got that covered. We got
everything for you. So make sure you tune in. If you want to be a guest on any of the shows, including my show, Shy City Cafe, my only requirement is that you sip on something. Doesn't have to be alcoholic. It could be tea. It could be coffee, water, because you're in the cafe. I want you to be comfortable. Make yourself at home. Today,
and before we get into that, I know y'all see that scrolling across the bottom. Wait, where my hand at? Y'all see that down there at the bottom? Join our social media, coffeetalk.com. Please go join that social media page. It's very free, it's very open. Trying to just bring some stuff together, do something a little different where you're not as restricted as other places. I'm gonna say it like that. But please join our social media page. Artists, if you selling designers, anything, the page is open. It's more like a community social media page, like it used to be back in the day when the Blue Book first opened. So please, it just take 2 seconds, join in. Don't just join in and then be dead on there. Join it and be participate. Join it and be active. Hey, Ashley, we have Ashley over here watching from Friday's show, the ATL Mix. We're going to come back and talk. We're going to recap a little bit about those shows in a minute. Right now, we're going to go back to talking about this young lady who seemed to be passing herself around Hollywood.
Celebrity news. Today's topic is Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. They are a couple. They made it a public last week, I believe. But if you don't know, she's Steve Harvey's stepdaughter. And what's Steve Harvey's wife's name? Marjorie, yeah. Marjorie Harvey's daughter. And so, like we were saying, which you guys didn't hear us, but Brittany and I had a whole conversation. She dated Future. She dated Justin Bieber. She dated P. Diddy and the son.
Mm-hmm.
Who did I miss? I thought it was some.
It was a few more.
More. I can't remember. But we were just saying, like, do you think it's a double standard? Because I read some of the comments and they were going in. They were treating Lori. Right. But men do it all the time. Like, what do you guys think about her?
I do think it's a double standard. I think this young lady has every right to date whomever she chooses to date, and she has every right to do with whatever she chooses to do with her body. Just because she's dating these young men doesn't necessarily mean she's intimate with all of these young men.
Know that
could just be
smashing. We don't know.
We don't know. People are assuming she could just be hanging out with them.
Maybe.
You don't necessarily have to be smashing them. It's okay. And people don't really get the concept or understand the definition of dating. Dating means you date multiple people. You date whom you feel like it. And then if you decide you want to be in a relationship, you be in the relationship. Now, I don't know if she's just dating these guys or they said they in a relationship. Was it a relationship with Future? Was it a relationship with P. Diddy?
With Future, I know. And I think with P. Diddy, the rest of them, I don't know.
P. Diddy.
What?
I was calling P. Diddy P. Daddy. I said I meant P. Diddy.
You know what? I'm not surprised. I'm glad I didn't hear that, but I'm glad you corrected yourself. So, yeah, does anybody have anything to say about what do you think about dating multiple people or getting around?
Again, you already dating means you are free to go and come and date whom you want to. And
You're
a lot of
right.
times
I agree.
people don't understand the definition of dating.
No,
When
they
you
don't.
meet somebody and you tell them I am dating, that don't mean I'm just dating you. Dating means dating other people.
Well, people
And
don't say that, Don. We know that. We won't go down that
It's
rabbit
a
hole.
right,
communication
and that's
thing
what I'm
too,
saying.
But we
So,
because
know that.
but
yeah,
this young lady can go on a date with whomever. So I personally don't see nothing wrong with what she's doing. And again, if she is being intimate with him, it's her body, and that's her right and her choice to do so.
And
And
it's
it's
her
a double
business.
standard because how many men in Hollywood
Oh yeah.
have dated several different women at the same time, or they cheating on their spouses and stuff, but nobody saying them, oh, ooh, date a man, date a man. If a man have multiple women, he the man, he putting it down, he the shit. If a woman date multiple men, then she a hoe.
Yep. That they were going in on it. But personally, it's her business. And as long as she's being honest with people, do your thing.
right.
So hopefully, she's still young and where I don't know where it's going, but they make a cute couple to me.
I
I don't
know
know.
they are a very cute couple. And just to go
Mm.
back to it, I think it's all built on communications. And the thing about being outside of a relationship is that all of this is speculation and assumptions.
Yeah.
We're assuming that they're, like you said, we're assuming that they're intimate. They may not be. We're assuming that they haven't communicated with each other and set expectations. We're assuming a lot of her as well as him. So I just think that like it's mind the business that pays you. Like
Yep.
at this
Exactly. Mind the
point,
business that goddamn pays
Right,
you.
Brittany.
like,
So again, I my question would be to him, like, how do he feel about the comments? How do he feel about people, supposedly outing her as a whole and saying she's been passed around Hollywood?
He must not care because he's had her on his page. And I believe that he did something special for her birthday. I can't remember what it is and I can't pull it up right this second, but he did something really nice for her. And they won a private plane too. There was like a video up.
yeah, I think I saw that video.
Yeah,
They were doing something, but my thing is like he's in a relationship with her. Everybody comes with the past.
and
So
that's
if
your
he
path.
couldn't deal with that, then he shouldn't have signed into a relationship with her if that was going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I
so
think that would be kind of silly on his part to be with her and then have a problem that people view this of her when it's like it
oh,
shouldn't.
speaking of that, and this is kind of off the topic. So what do you think about if you met someone and they made a sex tape with their ex and it was leaked, but you met them after that? Would you still date them even though this tape got leaked? It
Hmm.
was with their significant other. Would you hold that against them, or would you be like, you know what, that's in the past, and that was with your mate? But everybody saw it, and they posted it on Pornhub.
I mean, I think it's possible because I mean, look at Kim Kardashian. How many
I
people
know.
she
And
had
Ray
and
J.
married to and everything
And that
after
was
the
the
whole Ray
first
J
sex
tape. So
tape ever.
yeah,
I saw it,
I didn't
and I
see it,
saw.
but
Well, I don't want to say because y'all are in Atlanta, but I saw the other one too of
the
the other person in Atlanta. Well, I might as well say it. We in the cafe.
oh,
I saw her tape too,
oh,
and now she's engaged. So,
hmm.
but what would you guys still date somebody?
I feel like I mean that was before me, and again, everybody has a past. So we
But what
probably,
bothers you, Brittany?
if we've had this conversation, we talked about it and everything, and it is what it is. You communicated with me, then it is what it is. That's your past. I can't do nothing about that.
Okay.
But if I'm just chilling with you one day and we doing us and we happen to turn on Pornhub and all of a sudden I see you and this
Well,
person, I'm gonna be like, like I'm gonna be like, okay. So we gonna talk about this. Like, let's close this laptop. Let's talk about this. So, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's kind of hard though.
That's kind of sticky because everybody has seen your person's like body parts and doing, I don't know. I would have to really like you. And then, like you said,
Right.
you would have had to told me up front, like, listen, I want to tell you this before you see it or before you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would really have to be into that person because it's just out there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
also probably on the circumstances of why it's out there. Like, did you put this out there, or was it kind of like some revenge porn type
it was
situation?
leaks.
They got mad at you and put it out there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would have a lot of questions. I have a ton of questions, and if
Yeah.
that person didn't answer one of those questions clearly enough for me, then it'd be a no. It'd be a no. Like, I'm good. Thank you. And I'm good. Love, enjoy. Like, I'll be like, all right, I'm out.
Right. Communication, though, that
Yeah,
helps. Honesty will take you a long way, people.
absolutely.
So, man, you'd be surprised if you tell the truth.
Right.
So, anyway, I guess we don't have anyone that wants to chime in on those subjects. Okay, Don is back.
Oh, well, Ashley said she agreed with the statement. She said, I'm sure he did his homework on and going back with Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I would assume, I would hope he did. I would hope he did, and I hope she would too, because I'm sure he's had tons of conquests, especially with his success throughout the years. The child star, so I'm sure.
Right.
Positive, he's done ran through a couple people in the industry.
Yeah, a multitude, probably.
Right.
Because that's like a small circle. That
Mhm.
circle in Hollywood, I'm sure everybody dates everybody,
Right.
like in our community. So
Right.
Yeah, right.
everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, you guys want to move on to the next thing we're going to talk about in the cafe? Unless anybody has any other comments about Miss Lori and Michael and your past.
No,
Have fun. Boo. Have fun. Just be
everybody
safe.
come
You
with a
know.
pass. Like Brittany said. Yeah, everybody come with a pass, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Have fun and be safe. That's all. That's my 2 cents.
Right. Good luck to you guys. So the next thing that we're going to talk about in the cafe is, I don't know if you guys have watched, it's a show called The 90-Day Fiancé. And so
I love the show.
you love it?
I am obsessed with 90 Day Fiancé.
obsessed?
I've watched it since the beginning. It is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm
So,
obsessed.
if you guys that are watching or tuning in and you're not familiar with 90 Day Fiancé, that's where they only have 90 days to decide if they're going to go ahead and walk, get married, jump the broom, stand in front of the altar, whatever you want to call it, or in a relationship. And so, Brittany, a lot of times are they like from other countries, right?
So basically, the 90 days is that you have it's a 90-day visa that you're given whenever you're a couple, you want to get married. So that person, they'll either, if they're in another country, they'll come to the United States, and they can be in the United States, but you have to get married within that 90-day period and go through a process with immigration and everything. And then at the end of that, if immigration accepts it and it's like, okay, this is a real marriage, everything, then you'll get your citizenship. And then they also have 90-day fiancé the other way, where it's Americans that are leaving and going to these other countries and having to go through that same process in that other country.
Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. You, Brittany, or we're just going to discuss anybody that's tuning in. Do you think that it's really possible to get to know a person in 90 days, fall in love, get married, and then your marriage lasts? Is that possible? And I have a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in love at first sight, but we'll get to part 1 first.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know. I don't think I can get to know you in 90 days and then have that major commitment. 90 days is the representation the person's representative
Mm-hmm.
in the 90 days, that's who you're dating. You get to know the real person down the line. Okay. So I don't know if I could do the 90 days just personally. That's not enough time. Not for me to
Mm-hmm.
make a decision like that, a life-changing decision and fall in love, maybe infatuation,
Mm-hmm.
maybe lust, maybe care, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I could do it.
Right.
Could you?
No, so the show premise is in theory, these couples actually would have been communicating before this 90-day period when they're supposed to get married. But this 90-day period is the first time they're actually able to be physically with each
To
other,
see
like
each
in each
other.
other. So I agree with you as far as like, getting to know somebody online or over the phone is much different than seeing someone, face to face every day. Because there is that representative. Like Stony Godley, one of the hosts of our other show, she commented some people keep the representative for years. So
Hmm.
I think
Tell
in
me
some
about it.
cases, like 90 days is such a short period of time. And to be like, okay, I want to marry this person and be together. Honestly, I think 90 days is a short period of time just for me to decide whether or not I want to be in a relationship with you,
Me.
much less married to you for the rest of my life. And in this case, be financially responsible for you because you're an immigrant coming to the United States and you have no money, you have nothing. So you have to start everything over. So not only am I married to you, but I'm also now making myself financially responsible for you. And that's a
Um,
lot in 90 days. Like
that's
that's a whole lot.
Brittany, that's like life changing.
Yeah.
And like you said, online and on the phone and FaceTiming, that's not the same as living in the house. You don't know their habits.
Right.
You don't know if they're clean. You don't know if they're bipolar. I mean, no, that's just, that's not realistic. I wonder how many of those couples actually make it, are successful after if they got married. And
Well,
what's the
a
motive?
lot of them do get married, or some of them do get married, but they just don't stay married. Because I've seen like a couple reunion shows where some of them will, and some of them are still married, still together, but there's a lot of them that aren't, that they're not married anymore,
I
or
bet.
and they'll end up on the next season with the next person.
Are you serious? And
Yeah,
they
there's
come
like a
back?
couple people on there that's been on a couple of seasons. So yeah,
Wow. Okay, so you know what you want to get your visa. You want to get over here to the country. Like
right.
you're not doing this for love. But before we came on, um, okay, so Dawn, she was on here with us, but there's some technical glitch again with the link. So we apologize for the technical issue. It keeps
Mhm.
changing to private, and so she's trying to work on that. And I don't even know if people can hear and see us now.
Yeah, it's public now. I just did a refresh.
Public.
Yeah, we're good right now.
Okay, so you guys please bear with us. We're working on those technical issues behind the scene, and Don will pop back in. I'm assuming when she fixes the problem. So anyway, like we were saying, uh, I wouldn't do it. I mean, in the United States, I wouldn't do it, and I agree with you. 90 days is not even enough time for me to decide if I want to be in a relationship with you. So,
Yeah, and honestly, watching shows like this kind of just reaffirms that because there's like a couple that she she was from Brazil and she came over and they used to fight all the time where she had a domestic violence charge on her. Like
what?
they actually ended up deporting her and divorcing. There was this couple that was so infuriating. It was this older white woman. She was like in her 50s dating this younger Nigerian man
Oh
that
Lord.
was like a rapper, I guess.
What?
And like they were so polar opposites, but then it's like when she had to go over to Nigeria to meet his family, it was just like
How
his
did that go?
mother. His mother was just like, she's old and she's white. Like his mother was really just not
She
for it.
wasn't feeling that.
No, not at all. Because there was cultural differences, of course. I mean, she's an American woman. She's an American white woman, so she's used to getting whatever it is that she wants whenever she wants it. And then you can't take that same attitude back. So to me, it seems like a lot of the issues these couple has are cultural differences because you have American people applying American values and things to other cultures, and it doesn't work
It just doesn't mesh together at all.
at all. There was a younger couple, it was a black girl from Miami, and it was a younger man. I think he was like from Yemen, and his
Yemen.
family was like deeply Muslim. She's an internet like model, like she's
Oh
an IT
my
model
goodness.
and a rapper herself. So like she's like to the point where he was threatened by his family because of her and her wanting to live her lifestyle that's not Muslim.
So that didn't work out, I'm assuming.
No,
They
no,
did.
no, that blew up on them very quickly.
So 90 Day Fiance, they don't ever do anything in the United States. I thought they did.
Yeah, so they have like several like,
You,
spin-offs.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but so the first one was when people from other countries was coming trying to come to the United States to be a citizen. And then they also have 90 Day Fiance the other way, where Americans are trying to go to these other countries. So they have both.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway it goes, I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
It's too short of a time period. And that's just a life-changing
Right.
commitment. No way. And I don't know what happened to Don, but we're going to keep the show moving right along for you guys. So we were also talking before the show, Don and I. There was another show on Netflix, and I can't think of the name of it, but the couples or the people would be behind a screen and they would talk to each other and they couldn't see each other. So they had to go on dates. Like, what was the name of that?
Love at first sight.
Love at first sight. So that's my part two of my question.
Mhm.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Um, I would like to believe
You would like
and love. I would love to, as an internal optimist, I would love to believe in love at first sight. I do believe in energy and that an individual can move certain things. So, because I myself have been in the presence of somebody that shifted my energy, just immediately. So, in theory, I believe love at first sight could happen if people are open to it. But that show was kind of was
I,
very interesting to me.
I watched that show. I watched all of I binge watched it because they were
Yeah,
talking about it at work and they were like, girl, you need to watch this show. You're gonna be confused, you're gonna shout at the TV, you're gonna go off. And so I was like, okay, I gotta watch this.
yeah,
But like love and for actual love, I do believe in energy as well and chemistry. You
yeah.
can have an immediate chemistry and a connection with the person, but that doesn't mean you love them. And they were saying they loved each other from behind the wall.
Yeah, they were, but you also know that out of all of those people, they only ended up with a handful of couples, and out of that handful of couples, only one of them is still married. So,
Yep. The was it the black
girl, yeah, and the
girl
white
and white guy?
hmm
Yeah, he was gone. He was gone.
yeah, he was.
They were cute together though.
hmm
Yeah. So love at first sight, energy and chemistry. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hell yeah. Yep. What about you, Don? And you're muted.
Oh yeah, you're muted. Flame, hey, Flame done came through for us. Okay.
Yeah, I believe in love at first sight.
Do you?
Yeah,
Ooh.
to a certain, but then you still got to get the person because that's more physical. When you love at first sight is it's a physical thing. It could also be a combination of an energy thing, but I think it's more of a physical thing. But it does happen. It happens.
So I don't want to ask you. I'm gonna
But
ask
sometimes
Brittany.
people confuse love for infatuation.
That, yeah.
So they could just be infatuated by the person.
Mhm.
Um, but I believe it happens.
So has it happened to you before?
No comment.
Or maybe I
I
shouldn't
plead the
ask
fifth.
you. Never mind. Forget it, Don. Never mind. Brittany, have you
Um,
that ever happened to you?
I feel like it has once. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't consider it love now. I think it was just extreme infatuation, and it's happened once. But I was also like 17 years old, so I was like, it could have
Oh,
been like
okay.
a real puppy. I mean, but that 17-year-old, infatuation lasted in a 5-year relationship. So
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it did something,
You
but
can count that then, Brittany.
yeah,
Okay.
You
that
can
might
now.
be
I'm sorry to cut you off.
it.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Oh, Flame said hello, Don, in the comments.
Hey, Flame.
Hey. So
We
yeah,
go
I think,
way back.
huh?
I said we go way back.
You chopping up again. But anyway, I think for me, attraction and chemistry,
Hmm.
but not love. Like I couldn't say, oh, I love you. No. Energy and instant connection. Yes,
Right.
it has happened. Now, did it last? No.
Right. That's the real question. Yeah.
No, no, it did not. So, has anybody else out there that's listening? I mean, has that ever happened to you and did it last? Love at first sight.
Mm.
Or we can even say lust. If you don't want to say love, lust at first sight.
I have lust many times.
Girl, now look, I don't want you getting in trouble on this show.
Right.
You only lusted after the one you married to. We gonna put it like that.
No, my wife keeps it real. We have, and like we were saying earlier, we all have a past.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
can say I have lust many times.
Okay, because we can't have you getting in trouble in the cafe. Not with me.
We ain't gonna get in trouble, and I'm sure my wife. We've had conversations. She has to lust many times.
Okay. It's all right to lust in here in the cafe. It's all good.
Right.
So we're getting close to the end of our time here. We're looking for a host for this show. So if anybody is interested, I guess you can contact the email address. Brittany, if you want to go ahead and give them the email address.
You got 20 minutes. What you talking
I
at the
mean,
end of the
real
show?
close.
Oh,
You need a host, Don.
Yeah. So the email that you can reach out to is LE, that's L is in Lima, E is in Echo, radio2010@gmail.com.
So yeah, if you wanna host, be my co-host, please let us know. Or if you want to just be on the show, they can contact that same email address and let us know. Because I am scheduling now for different guests that'll come in and we're gonna interview and they'll have some good information for you every Sunday. So and then like we were saying earlier, if you were just joining us, there's other shows that you can tune into during the week because I know we were having some technical issues today. So I don't know how much of the show actually was seen and heard today, but we'll run through those before we head on out.
Right.
So
And
right.
we did actually have some responses too. So Flame had commented with your question. I did in my second baby mama Tasha #2. So that was Lust and Love at First Sight. Again, one of our other hosts for her show, keep a lookout for her. She mentioned she did and it lasted for years. So it looks like some people have lust and love and it lasts a long time.
So it's possible, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess I got some hope, huh?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, mine lasted a good 5 years until they went to
That's a
federal
long
prison.
time.
So.
I wonder how long theirs lasted. They said it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Flame has a child, so it had to have lasted at least long enough to
For
have a child. So
a baby to be, yeah.
yeah.
It don't take that long to make a baby.
Oh well, yeah, you're right about that.
Well, she must have meant they were, dealing. And she said it was a.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it don't take that
We know that.
You're right.
long.
Don, what was that?
Saying it don't take that long to make a baby.
No, but you did something.
Oh, and Miss Holter actually stepped into the room and said Don fell in love with Jessica at first sight.
Oh,
So
that,
it has been spoken.
yes. Okay. That was one time, and it worked because you guys are still married and going strong. So
Right.
Right. Yeah, it worked 'cause I'm married.
the wife has spoken and she's in the building. Okay. Hey,
Right.
Jessica.
Oh, and Sony commented and she said 11 years. So her
What?
is 11 years. And Flame said there was 2 children. So I mean, not just one, but 2
Okay, that
children with the. So
okay.
it's possible. It's possible. It
Yeah,
can happen.
okay. So y'all is proving me wrong then. Because I didn't think so.
He said a strong 30 seconds.
It's y'all 30 seconds.
What? What did you say, Don? About the 30 seconds?
Ashley said hers lasted a strong 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Kimmy.
Oh, and Miss Justice Star said my fiance fell in love at first sight. So they're actually on their way to get married.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Nice. Okay, well then. All right. We'll see. That's a lot of people that said it actually has happened.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So does everybody believe in soulmates as well? Since we're on that subject?
See,
I
the main thing
definitely
about soulmates is that soulmates are not always romantic. You can
right.
have a friend, a platonic
I
friendship.
read that.
It's also a soulmate. So absolutely, I feel like there are soulmates. There's twin flames. There's soul ties. There's karmic flames, which you don't want but you need in your life.
Okay.
So
Explain what that is in case
And
people
you have
don't
to
know.
definitely, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Be careful of those soul ties because those are not always good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Very familiar with that.
Yeah, and you basically to get rid of them, you basically have to discard of things that belong to them because sometimes it might be a blanket that belong to them. It's certain things that bond you, items and stuff. So yeah, you got to be like extremely careful with the soul ties, and you might not even realize you have a soul tied to someone. You could be in a bad relationship, just fucked up, and you don't understand why you can't let this person go. And normally it's because of a soul tie. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And then sex, that brings about those soul ties.
Oh yes.
Man.
Definitely.
So wait a minute. Okay, Brittany, you said be careful of the cosmic soul tie.
Oh, karmic. So a karmic tie or a karmic lover. These are basically individuals who come into your life to exact karma. So this is somebody that can come into, whatever karmic dealings you have. Their job is to teach you that karmic lesson.
The karma.
Yeah, so there's
Oh man.
different levels to it. There's different levels to it. It's not just soulmates out there. So you really have to pay attention with who you're sharing your energy with. That's why you hear everybody
Yes.
talk about, oh, I'm protecting my energy. That's a real thing.
No, yes.
Yes.
I know. I believe in that as well about different energies. But I've never heard the karmic soul tie. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
karmic soul ties. Like Jessica was mentioned, there's connections between past lives. So
Yeah.
there's people that show up in your life that you've known from past lives on before that you should have been with, or like because whenever you and this is kind of going a little deep, but
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. We got way off, but that's
we
okay.
did, but I can explain it as surface level as I can. But when you have ties to people from past lives, they manifest in different ways. Like I did a past life reading a
Oh,
long time ago, and I found out that in my past life I was a man. Not only
Huh?
was I a man, yeah, I was a man in my past life. I was a man. I had a wife and I had a child.
and
And
from what era was that? This what?
from the era, if I want to say, this was like pre-prohibition. We were able
Wow.
to go back that, so it was pre-prohibition. Um, I wasn't. They weren't able to tell me like what color I was, like what race.
Right.
But they were able to pick up the energy that I was man, that I had a wife, that I have a child. I have a child that's tied to my energy. So in each lifetime, whenever I have a child, this energy is tied to me. So forever be born. So it's a big long explanation, and that could be another show. But like there is,
A whole nother show.
it's
Right. We
possible
don't
to
have enough
be
time.
tied to someone to where this was your past, your lover, your husband, your wife in another life, in a past life, and you keep meeting them because you two are tied together. So you're
And
destined
yeah,
to.
yeah, I've heard of that. I have not had a past life reading. So
Mhm.
when you went to this person that read you, that was the specific topic you wanted to have read, or they just saw that?
So in that particular case, I it's funny. I was there for someone else, and we were just doing a lot of energy work, and this was a mambo. We were having communications because she was teaching my friend about Ifa and different natural, like
Mhm.
African spiritualism, and she asked if she could read me a little bit, and I said yes. And then she ended up giving me a past life regression reading, a very surface one. I didn't get the in-depth one because it kind of freaked me out. I am going to go back and actually get a legitimate one done, but
So
she's not the only person that said that. I've had several readings since
really,
that have
That said you
picked
was a
up
man?
on
and that
like
said you were married with children.
mhm. There's
Wow.
a girl, I'd have to find her information. She's one of my friends on Facebook. She's out of Texas. She's a really good reader, and she told me that in 2017. It came up in
Mhm.
our first reading. She was like, "Oh, you have a lot of masculine energy from this, and that," and like she was able to pinpoint pretty much everything and kind of confirm what that woman said 10 years earlier.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it
So
goes.
wait a minute. So the first reading was from someone out of Texas, and then the next reading was that in Atlanta?
So no, so the Mambo reading was actually down in Florida, but
Okay.
so yeah, it wasn't anyone in Atlanta. However, I know people in Atlanta that can do these. That are all over the place. When I encourage anybody, if you're wanting to get readings and stuff, like please research the person you're wanting to work
Yeah.
with, because there's a lot of people out here that will just kind of tell you fluff and charge you a whole bunch of money for it. So definitely do your due diligence and homework on people
Yeah.
before you start digging into stuff, because another thing about past life regression and stuff, that brings up a lot of trauma. It
Mhm.
could. And
Mhm.
if you're energetically not ready for all that to deal with those issues, it can be pretty intense.
Okay. Yeah, I know we just got way off the subject, but
We did.
that's okay.
What
That's
was
okay.
the subject?
We
We
were talking about love at first sight and
Yeah.
soulmates.
Yeah, I brought up that show that was on Netflix where the people were behind the screen and they were going on dates, and all of this was being done without seeing each other, and we were talking about that, and then I just asked, "Well, do you believe in love at first sight?" You weren't on there at that point.
Uh,
Yeah, so and then we
but
just
you
went
say
down a
somebody and
rabbit
have
hole.
like conversations and then go and then get together because of conversation, because that's the part that people miss a lot in the dating part when they first get together. So I love that show. I need to go back on there and see if season was it a season 2 gonna be?
I think there's supposed to be a season 2.
but it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Because I love that show because when you are dating somebody, that communication part is always so missed. So by them not being able to physically see each other, they only had conversation to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing physical. So I enjoyed the show because it was mental stimulation.
But
And
guess
so they
what?
had to get to know each other. So normally if you get to know a person like from conversation and they might not be physically what you want, but again, that's what people lose out in relationships because they so caught up in the physical. They want a person, we all shallow in some type of way. So they want the person to look a certain kind of way. So you'll have somebody out here who want to date a so-called what we call a dime piece. So this woman may look good, have the nails, just the little beautiful skin and hair. She might have all this. But on the inside, she probably a fucked up ass individual. But you're gonna put up with all this just because she look good. Y'all have nothing in common. You go home, she probably can't even cook nothing. Y'all have absolutely nothing in common. But you're gonna still go out with her because publicly you worried about what it looked like to the public. So
Don't last so long.
We miss a lot of conversation like that. We might miss out on something like that because we so caught up in how somebody look. So I like the show.
I think it's important to connect mentally with someone, and you should also be physically attracted to the person. You should have the complete package, and what looks good to somebody else might not look good to another person. So that's important too, because on that show, one of those ladies, she clicked with this guy. They had great conversation. She was into him, but when she physically got in front of him, she couldn't do it.
Oh, the little dude.
Little guy, and I felt, oh my
She
God.
was a bitch anyway, because she really wanted the other guy and was mad that he chose someone else.
Her name was Jessica, and she was not the lady that was mistreating the little guy on there. I can't think of the little guy name, but the little redhead. But she had a drinking problem, but that's another story.
What?
Hey, cuzzo.
But wait a minute. Yeah, remember, she was jealous of when the other guy picked somebody else. She was mad.
Yes, and she still was trying to
kind of
and everything. When they were on vacation, she was still like, "Are you sure you don't want to be with me?"
Yes.
Snake.
Something was going on with her.
She made me so mad. I was so and that guy really liked her. The short guy really liked her.
Yeah, so you gotta have a combination. I agree. It got to be some physical and some communication, but again, physical is not the most important part because what do you have after that?
It's not, because looks fade, and then if you're ugly on the inside, that turns me off. If you have a nasty attitude, you're not a genuine person, you're not an honest person, you could be fine, you'll be ugly to me. That just will turn me off. All of that won't matter, your outer appearance. But I would like a complete package. I want to be physically attracted to the person. I don't want to be like the girl that got behind the wall and didn't want to talk to the little short guy.
Right.
And I think she said that she didn't like the fact that he was short, didn't she?
I think, that was the main reason, was because he was short.
Like, I just can't do it. Man, that was horrible. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys next week we will have a guest on the show next week. We won't announce it until it gets close to Sunday, so it could be a surprise. But we'll have a guest. And like I said, if you want to join us, please hit up that email address again. What's that email address again, Brittany?
So the email address is leradio2010@gmail.com. And we had a last minute message where it says, if you're not attracted to the person who is attracted to you, are you supposed to do charity relationship? And no, I don't want to do a charity relationship.
Oh my
God. I don't believe in a relationship, but be honest though, because she kind of strung him along. That's the only reason why I said she was kind of a bitch about it, because it's like you knew you didn't.
You weren't, and she
You
wasn't
weren't into him.
interested.
You should have, like, I feel like she should have ended that a lot sooner than going all the way up to the wedding and being like,
And
you
she
know,
told him no. Wait a minute, and then she didn't want
But
to.
you know, can y'all
but
hear me?
yeah,
I
Yeah,
said people do that in real life. Nasenja, we know people do that in real life. They do charity relationships. So
but
they
they
have someone
shouldn't.
that
That's
like them.
wrong.
They
Keep it
shouldn't,
real. Keep it real. Be
but I'm
honest.
not gonna really call it a charity. I don't know if I want to call it a charity relationship. Don't you? No, people
It
in real
might be
life
an
they do it
opportunity.
because they don't want to be single. They don't want to be lonely.
So they're settling, is what you're saying.
No, I'm calling it a charity relationship.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't do those. So I don't do. I can't do. I can't fake it.
We did have a question for you, Sin. Stony asked, "What is the complete package for you?"
What is the complete package? I don't think we have enough time for that. I'm gonna have to get in. Okay,
You can go ahead.
I can go ahead. Okay. So someone with a complete package, you have to be honest. You must know how to communicate. No mental illnesses. If you have a mental illness, just be on your medication. I would like to be physically attracted to you as well. Intelligent, ambitious, um, and just want to be a partnership with me. Yeah. That's the short version. I don't think
Right.
we have enough time, seriously. But those are some of the things that are important to me. Communication skills. People don't know how to do that. They want to just text. Do people talk on the phone anymore? It doesn't seem like it. That's the issue for me. Okay. Can we talk? What if we have an issue? Can we talk? Why do we have to text? I don't like that. So
It's
so
so
yeah.
weird. I guess it's also depending on, like, it's a generational thing too, because I'm one of those, like, I'm technically a millennial, but I'm at the beginning. So I
Okay.
appreciate a phone call. I appreciate talking to somebody face to face. I'm not the best with texting because I don't always have my phone. I don't keep my phone in my hand. So, but because I know a lot of people more text more, I find myself texting more now just because I just assume the other person, that's how they communicate.
It's okay to text, but if it's something of an important subject matter that we need to discuss, we need
Oh
to have
yeah,
a verbal conversation.
definitely.
And it seems like people don't know how to do that anymore.
Definitely. You should never have important conversations through text because you can never determine tone. So,
Absolutely. And things get misunderstood.
right.
And I hate arguing through text.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
Man.
You sit home typing real fast and you see the little dots going. And it's
Wait a
like,
minute. I had to pull over in the car.
I was about to say that. What about when you so mad you got to pull over to finish texting?
Man. Yes, it's been done. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me pull over.
right.
So yeah. Well, guys, it's that
FaceTime
time.
is good. Ashley, yeah, FaceTime is good.
Yeah. Oh, my phone is going off. I'm sorry.
Oh, but yeah, Jessica's right. With text, you have receipts. So if somebody says something, then you got to print a receipt on that.
Yeah, that's true.
That
I
makes
keep
sense.
all my text messages too for that purpose.
Yeah, I do know you don't have to do that. They save in Google, just like phone numbers. You could go back and pull up those texts via
Yeah.
Google.
I
Oh,
discovered that on accident too before. I did. Yep.
Mhm.
So, but you guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, your comments. Make sure you tune in next week. It's about that time. Have a great week. Don't
Let's
forget
get this one last question. I
yeah.
want to ask Stony that one last question. Go ahead, Brittany.
okay. So Sony asked, do you guys think arguing must be a part of your relationship? I've actually heard people say that.
I
That
think it
arguing
happens because we won't always agree on, but you can hopefully resolve it if you have communication skills. Because
right.
arguments will happen. You're two different people, two different personalities. You're not going to always agree, but we should be able to work through the argument, talk about it, and move on.
Right. I
That's
agree. I feel like discussions are going to be natural and part of life.
yeah.
Arguing and things like that. I'm the type of person is I do not like to argue because when you're yelling and you're raising voices, then we're not listening to each other. We're kind of just responding to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm perfectly in favor of just, you know what? Why don't you cool off? I'm gonna go cool off. Then we could talk about this once we're in a better space. So I definitely do think disagreements will absolutely happen, and you have to discuss things. Um, but also the not arguing and the no conflict to me is just as worse, I think, because then that means that people are not being honest. You're not
Mm-hmm.
being upfront with things because nobody's perfect. You're not going to love everything that I do all the time.
No,
So
man.
if you don't tell me that I'm doing something wrong and you just don't address it, then one day you blow up and kill everybody in the house. Then like that's a problem. So like I feel
Yeah.
like there should be definitely be a balance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Agreed. So again, we do have some upcoming shows. Brittany gonna run through that real quick, and we're gonna say goodnight. But she's gonna run through. We do have other upcoming shows. We will be back probably on what, Friday.
Yes, Friday for the ATL mix at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Y'all gotta tune into that show.
Yep.
Hilarious,
Yes,
hilarious.
hilarious. Those ladies are amazing. Tune into that, and then immediately after that show, we'll have Poetic Soul Artistry, which will be hosted by myself. Then on Saturday at noon, we have the Hood Healer, Miss Ami Brown herself. She'll be coming through. And then also on Saturday, we should also hopefully be starting with Stony Godly's show for the women over 50 because she's going to bring it real raw and uncut for you.
Yep. Yes.
And then Sunday is going to be back with Shy City Cafe as well as Coffee Talk right afterwards.
All right, y'all. So thank you
Right,
again.
and make sure. Can y'all hear me? They need to make sure they join. Hold on, where my finger at?
Oh, girl,
Down there at the bottom.
it's closer to me.
You're right.
Okay.
Okay, you do it. Down there at the bottom. Make sure y'all
Down
go
here.
and join our
Right
social
there.
media network. Come on over, network, coffeetalk.com. COFFYTALK.com. Make sure you go over there and please join the social, I should have said social network.
Yes.
Go over there, please, and join.
Join.
We on the move here, no restrictions, but we'll get into that later. But
Black
again,
owned.
do it right
Black
there
owned,
at
Black operated.
click
Behind.
right there at the bottom. Yeah, my big old finger. Make sure y'all join. I'll put it up at the end of the show. But again, everybody have a good week, and we shall see y'all back here next Friday. Make sure y'all follow on IG, Facebook, and Instagram at Ellie Radio Live. Again, make sure you join our social media platform, coffeetalk.com. You can also go, and if you missed anything, want to catch up, get a little history about us, go to coffeetalkradio.com, and that's pretty much it. Everybody have a good week. We did go over a little bit, but it's okay because at the
That's all
beginning,
good.
like Stan said, we had a little technical difficulty. The videos kept popping to private, but we do thank and appreciate everyone that tuned
Thank
in
you.
tonight, and we will see y'all later.
All right. Good night.
Good
See
night.
you next week.